Your weekly roundup of HR news and events in Singapore and beyond. This is HRM Weekly. I'm Shalini Shuklapande. An employment claims tribunal will be set up in 2015 to help PMEs settle disputes with their employers. Also, a local marine firm is slapped with a hiring ban for discriminating against Singaporean employees. We begin with some good news for employees in Singapore. An employment claims tribunal will be set up by the Ministry of Manpower to help professionals, managers and executives, or PMEs, settle disputes with their employers. The tribunal will benefit PMEs who earn more than $4,500 monthly, regardless of their salary levels and whether or not they are union members. PMEs are currently not covered under the Employment Act, excluding them from protection in areas like timely payment of salary, paid sick leave, hospitalization leave, and unfair dismissal. The tribunal is also expected to be in line with the recent introduction of a set of tripartite guidelines to ensure employers provide employees with key employment terms like salary and working hours in writing. More details on the tribunal setup will be announced later this year. The Ministry of Manpower has taken action against local marine firm Prime Gold International for discriminating against Singaporean employees. The company's work pass privileges have been revoked for 2 years for engaging in discriminatory practices that breach the Fair Consideration Framework. Under the Fair Consideration Framework, all companies must put in place fair hiring, employment and staff development practices that are open, merit-based and non-discriminatory. The firm's former Singaporean employees approached Manpower Ministry for assistance. It was found that 13 local workers were retrenched in phases, only to have their positions made open to foreign workers. In defense, the company said their work performance was unsatisfactory and that they lacked relevant qualifications. The Ministry of Manpower responded by saying that the reasons cited were not justifiable. It's time for companies to step up their internal security measures. A third of companies suffered economic crime last year, up from 3% in 2011. Economic crime such as fraud, intellectual property infringement, corruption, cybercrime and accounting fraud is a major concern for companies across different sectors and regions. According to the Global Economic Crime Study by PricewaterhouseCoopers, 18% of organizations have suffered losses of between $1 million and $100 million due to economic crimes. Meanwhile, closer to home, 1 in 4 Singapore-based companies reported being victims of economic crime. Staying on the topic of economic crime, a recent Market Pulse survey by SailPoint has revealed that employees may be going rogue with company information upon exiting. 1 in 5 employees have been found to upload confidential corporate data to a cloud application, such as Dropbox or Google Docs, with the intent of sharing it outside of the company. Although 60% of the respondents said they knew they were forbidden from taking intellectual property after leaving the company, 25% would still take copies of corporate data upon exiting. IT departments have no knowledge of these occurrences either. Founder and president of SailPoint, Kevin Cunningham, said, and I quote, "In order to establish control over this bring-your-own-app phenomenon, it's critical to provide specific incentives for end users to follow corporate policy, such as offering users a seamless login experience in exchange for using a central access control framework." Being a teacher seems to be the #1 calling among children in Singapore. The top 5 career options among Singaporean children were revealed in the annual Adecco survey of school children living in Singapore. Besides being a teacher, children nominated doctor, singer, actor and police officer as the other top 4 career options. Meanwhile, Singaporean adults nominated the world's leading search engine giant, Google, as the company they wish to work for. According to the Singapore Companies Report by online recruitment firm JobStreet.com, Singaporeans voted multinational oil and gas company Shell, homegrown company Singapore Airlines, ExxonMobil and Keppel Corporation as the other top 4 options. 5 prime reasons were cited as to why the top companies were chosen: company reputation, benefits and incentives, salary, learning, training and development, career prospects and growth. For this week's HR Bulletin, catch the biggest and the best HRM congresses happening in the first quarter of 2015. For more details, log on to www.hrmcongress.com. And finally, think about this. Life isn't about getting and having. It's about giving and being. By Kevin Cruz. And that's HRM Weekly. Get more stories on hrmasia.com. Have a very happy new year. From Singapore, I'm Shalini Shuklapande. Thanks for watching.